Hi friends, Danielle here. Have you ever suffered from a groin pull or tear? Well, unfortunately, I did. I took a fall a few days ago. I tripped while I was doing a little jog. My leg got hung back and I fell right onto my hip. It was quite a shock for me and for my body. Everything was sore, just having to brace my hip during that fall. And so I wanted to share with you some of the things that you can do that if you've torn your groin, which again would be the inner thighs, it could be hip flexors, okay, which helps to lift your knee up. It could be your pelvic floor muscles. So it can be a variety of different muscles, but the treatment would essentially be the same. I'm suspecting mine is the iliopsoas. It feels really tender about right here. So again, we need to ease into this with rest in the beginning, with some nice massage that feels good and some ice. The next day or the day after, if you feel okay, you can start to do some stretches as long as you're not feeling sharp pain doing it. So the 4 key muscles that we want to stretch out: hip flexors, quadriceps, hamstrings, and then our glutes, particularly the piriformis. So we're going to go ahead and start with our hip flexors. Again, we want to create space so they're not getting extra pull and they have time to open up and to heal, increasing the circulation. So we're going to start with a lunge stretch. Now you can always do this on the ground, okay, and just add that nice little tuck, anchoring that back heel and getting the stretch. If we want to intensify it, okay, we're going to go ahead and step our foot up. Now, if you just want to address the leg that you injured, then you would go ahead and take the opposite foot onto it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring my right foot onto the tree because my left leg is the one that got hurt. And so we're gonna go ahead and just slowly lunge into it until you start to feel a gentle stretch right there into your hip flexor. So we're gonna inhale, push down to energize, uplift, nice strong back and shoulders. And then exhale, just give a gentle tuck, again, until you feel the stretch right into the front of the thigh and the hip. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, if you want to intensify, you can always lift the arms. And again, we're going to take one more breath. Taking 5 to 6 breaths is about 30 seconds. A nice hold to lengthen the muscles. And then we're going to slowly press away. And then we're gonna go right into a hamstring stretch. So I'm gonna go ahead and release that. I'm gonna, again, just work on the leg that I hurt for right now. You can always do these on the other side. So with your belly drawn in, I'm gonna go ahead and help my leg come up so I don't have to overstrain the hip flexor. And sometimes it's just really tender and feels sharp to lift it. So support yourself if needed. We're gonna square our hips towards our ledge, or if you have your foot on a tree or a stair or a chair. And we're gonna take a deep breath in, open up through your chest and shoulders, and let's roll our hips forward. So again, we're keeping all that wonderful length through our spine. Our shoulders are open. We're looking at our toes. Inhale, rolling the hips forward. Exhale, visualize stretching over your knee. Breathing in, lengthening, creating space and awareness. Exhale to lengthen. Just making a little adjustment of bringing that back or opposite hip forward. You should feel an increase in the stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, you can always give a little assistance, and then we'll slowly release. We got our hamstring stretched out. Now, next we're gonna stretch out through our quadriceps. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stretch out the groin that I strain gently. So I'm gonna bring my hand right onto my support, and I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to the leg that got strained, and I'm gonna bring my foot right to the glute, okay? And I'm gonna gently draw the knee back. Now it's important to tuck your tailbone. So even with this hand on your hip, you can help to tuck and roll the hip bone back, and you should start to feel a stretch right there in the quad. So again, I'll turn to the side here so you can see. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, if it's hard for you to hold on, you can actually use a chair, even your couch, place your foot on it, and again, tuck. If it feels more comfortable to relax the foot, tuck. And again, we're getting all that deep quad stretch through here. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Very good. All right, so now we're gonna finish off with stretching the glutes, the piriformis, the figure 4 stretch. So I'm gonna just sit right down here and I'm gonna help my legs so I can prop my ankle up onto my thigh. Again, I wanna see that my knee and my ankle are in the same line if you can. We're gonna breathe in, and then as we breathe out, we're gonna hinge forward. So we want our hips to roll forward, and then we're gonna use our hand to gently stretch our hip and knee open. So we inhale to lift, we're rolling those hips forward in cow. Exhale, extend forward until you feel the stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it, one more breath. And you'll notice it will intensify by pressing the hip and knee open. And then we'll take our time and slow release. And then we'll go ahead and bring it up. Let's stand up. Again, open up through the hips. We'll interlace our fingers again, just to energize through the chest. Inhale, give that nice lift through the chest. You tuck through your tailbone. And as we exhale, slow release all the way down. So we got our 4 stretches in. Again, we did our hip flexor stretch for our lunge. We then moved on to our hamstring stretch to lengthen. And then we did our quad stretch, opening up through the quadriceps. And then you can either do your seated figure 4, or if you even want to do this standing, you can do the same thing standing. Again, you're just sending those hips back, making sure the knee does not go past the toes, and you can stretch it out here. And then very slowly, we're gonna bring it up. Again, deep breath in. May you have quick recovery. And my next video, I would like to share with you, once we start feeling better and we did these stretches for a while, then maybe in 3 or 4 more days, we'll see how we feel. We can move on to doing some strengthening exercises. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again.